Fellas, welcome back to another episode of Code Trainer. My name is Cole. In this video, let's talk about what happens when you send 50 cards for less than $10 to CGC. Alright, so we're looking at a spreadsheet. I was able to use a Chrome extension to throw in all the cards that I've purchased on eBay so far and throw in the cost right in there. And so this doesn't clearly have 50 cards, but it is just going to be an example. The 50 cards is just what's going to be submitted the first time, trying not to send too many duplicates all at once. So kind of building a little bit of a backlog. As you can see, we are up to 81 cards with I think I had an average cost of $18.29, but this includes the this includes the grading fee that I have right there. So if I just removed that, the average cost of every card is $9.79. So let me put that back in there because this is going to help our numbers in my equations that I have down below. Alright. So the reason I put that in there is because I need to include the grading fee being subtracted from these totals, like if I was going to make some profit on these cards. So in this example, this is just kind of averages how I hope things might play out. And I also try to be conservative with some of my numbers too. In this example, I just assumed that every card would get $40 premium for a CGC 10. And I think that's fair because a lot of the cards that I have been seeing, or that I've been buying anyway, when they are a CGC 10, they do sell for around $40, anywhere from $40 to $45 even. And some of these cards I buy, they sell around $60. So I thought putting in 40 would be a great number to do. That's very conservative, and that is kind of the majority of the cards that I have picked out. And to be and I don't know if this is conservative or not for CGC 9s on these cards, but I'm assuming that they would sell anywhere from $15 to $10 to $15. So I assumed 15 because that is, and I kind of feel like that might be a little bit high, but I think $15 is still a good number to be at because, if you try to grade with CGC yourself, you are paying $14. So since I'm not using or not going straight with CGC and I'm going with Dan's consignment, I can submit these cards for $8.50, which is a massive discount, especially when you're dealing with these like really small margins and really small dollars. Grading fees start to add up, and with those small margins, you need to make sure that you're making double what you would be if you didn't get your outcome that you were looking for. You can kind of see here I have percentage profits that I make if these got like $40, and you can see some of them aren't very good because it is just an average and it's taking the actual cost of the card. So some of these that are a bit lower, that might not be a decent average, but as you can see, a lot of them, like 100%, we could double our money in this one. I would lose money if it made $40. So it's like, that's kind of a big deal. Lose 13% if that got $40. So I am being kind of conservative with the $40, I feel like. So let's get into, what I could be looking at for profits and potentially loss. So this is the total cost of the 50 cards that I purchased. So just took the average and multiplied that by 50. And if all of them tinned, I could make $18.09 of profit per card, which comes out to $904.43. So with these current numbers, if I sold every card for $40, I'd be very happy. I would almost double my money, and some people might be a little disappointed that I would not even double my money, but I am kind of running an experiment, if you will, to see if there is a way to kind of make some regular income submitting cards and waiting for the consignment service to sell them all in auction, and then getting the payouts and kind of seeing if that will, rolling that over will pay anything and do well or anything like that. So if all of them got a 9 with the all selling for $15, because I know that's not always, they're not all going to get 9s and 10s. There's going to be some 8s, 7s, some 4s. I missed a huge crease or something like that. So I would potentially lose $300. And honestly, I wouldn't. I would just lose that from here. Let's see. Yeah, so if I multiply that out by 50, and that's how much money I would lose. Okay, so this number right here is starting to kind of get towards like maybe what I could expect as some actual money that I might actually get. So I put my gem rate at 70%, and I took the average, or I took these numbers right here, and whenever they were multiplied out to the 70%, that is what gave me this number, the 54, 542.54. And so that would be what my profit would be if I had a gem rate of 70%, meaning all my gems sold for 40 and all my non-gems sold for 15. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I'd like to just do this to see what actually is going to happen. And going down the row here, you can see if I got 60% gem rates, 50%, and 40% gem rates. Like, if I got less than half of the cards a 10, I could still make money. And that was kind of mind-boggling a little bit. I was surprised to see that. I wonder, can I drag this and it turned into 30? No. I wonder if I put in 30% and then drag this down. Okay, it would be 0. So that's what, let's see if I put 20, we'll go negative. No, actually it's starting to pull different numbers. Let's see. Yeah, it's moving these. So that needs to be in 4. So I'm curious when I would actually break even. Honestly. 4. Okay, so there would be no like break even point. It would just be profit or not. But that would be interesting to see. I just wanted to kind of be a little bit realistic with my gem rates. I'm not going to get all 10s. And so it was just kind of a little bit of an experiment, if you will. I forget what I was doing on this side. I think I was kind of jumping the gun on, what the averages were and totals, and if I, got all 10s and everything like that. So I probably need to remove this a little bit and just keep this one here, because it's a much better, I think it's a much better outlook on what could happen if this all plays out. But anyway, so there is some money. It's not crazy money. It's not life-changing money, but it would be great for the business, because if you took this number, and I mean, I'm just curious, what is equals 5% of 914? No, yeah. Times. Oh. All right, so we got to multiply that by the 914. So even if we made $45, we would be making 5% on this total cost, and that's kind of amazing. Not gonna lie, like it just doesn't. Yeah, I mean 10%. Let's see. Like, these are really good numbers if you're able to do this over and over and over again. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. It's like I could get a 40% gem rate, and I am returning more than, like, what is, let's see, equals, I believe it would be this divided by my total cost. Yeah, 20%. Yeah, so if I just gemmed 40% of the time, obviously I'm selling at $40 gem 10 and 15 gem 9 or under, for the sake of example. Like, I'm still getting a 20% return on this $900. Like, I think that's actually really, really good. You know, if I was trying to sell Japanese products, like, these are the kind of numbers, like the low numbers are the ones that I would see returned on my, $1,000 investment, and I couldn't get that, right? And now Japanese booster boxes are absolutely going crazy in Japan. They're way, way up in price, and it would be really, really hard time to get in. And the thing is, while you are buying low, you are buying really, really, really close to market in the United States, and the market in the United States is goes up, all that kind of stuff, and so you could be holding those at a loss. And with grading, what I'm hoping, and we'll see, with grading, even though the turnaround times are pretty long right now, what I'm hoping is that whenever a card does get graded, it creates enough margin built into the card, that even whenever the market starts to kind of ebb and flow a little bit, it doesn't dip down into what my cost was for the card. So that is why grading started to become more enticing, because it was a way to kind of get quick flips. Now granted, these percentages would be over the course of a few months, but it's going to just take that long. And once I get submission after submission after submission coming in, then it'll start to feel like it's, kind of like just cash flow coming in, going out, coming in and going out. And we're still going to be buying cards. And buying cards has been pretty fun. Like, yeah, it's felt like a job. I need to get on there and make some purchases so we can, the business can go on. But it's just kind of fun hunting, and I have enjoyed that part of it. And so that's kind of where the business ideas come from. And I never really was able to crunch the numbers. It was just like, hey, just trying to buy 50 cards for $500 total, around $10 for every card and see if maybe I can get that money back or make some. And that was kind of the idea, because it doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't even have to be, for the collection. As you know, I've sold off the collection to try to fund this thing, and we'll definitely be getting back into collecting because I enjoy the cards just as much as the next person. But something that I already am starting to collect is this jumbo card. This is gonna be an example for me on making sure that I double check the listing. I did not know that this was going to be a jumbo card. I wonder if I can send these in to Dan's consignment. That would be really cool. But this just serves as an example to double check the listing that you're buying from. Very clean, very, very clean. I was very impressed that this thing came back. Or that a jumbo card was this clean, to be honest with you. But, that's something that I decided I was going to collect because it just serves as a reminder for me to be better since, we're doing this business adventure. So, anyway, that's all I've got for this video. If you thought this was really interesting, seeing if you could buy $10 cards for submission to CGC and making money, here is kind of the proof that, on average, what these CGC 10 cards sell for is right around that $40, and, $15 and under for anything that's not. So it's like you are going to lose. I'm going to lose whenever this card gets sold for $15 whenever it doesn't get a 10. But the idea is to have so many that the gem rate starts to kind of take over and pull away, so then we can make some profit. So that's all I've got. If you thought that was interesting, just leave a like and comment down below if this is something you've ever tried or thought about trying, and you're just trying to figure out a way to get into Pokemon. You just don't have the money to just spend on it, right? You want to be in it, but you don't just have the side money to just go, not even all in, and just like spend. I mean, even if you're spending $20 getting a month, getting a card you really liked, it's like, for me, it's like, I just want to hop all in. I mean, I'm one of those people. I'm either all in or I'm all out, and that might be the way you are. So leave a comment down below if that's how you feel, and I'm just trying to show you right here that you're able to make some money potentially doing this, and we'll find out. I'm going to be making more videos and keeping up with it, so please subscribe and follow along and knock yourself out watching this next video.